Okay, this is the first in the series LaTeX tutorials, and I'm going to go over very briefly the document that we're going to produce in this first tutorial. So I think it's about 6 pages altogether, and that's the first page. We do have a table of contents, which is kind of nice. We've got 6 sections here: Hello World, the philosophy of LaTeX, breaking a document into its 2 parts, the preamble and the document body, looking at sections, subsections, and subsubsections. Then we're going to see how to separate text into paragraphs, and finally we're going to look at using dummy text in a document. So, like I say, this is just the first in a series, and go over the rest of the document very quickly. And this is all done with about 125 lines of code, and most of that code is just simple text, just the kind of thing you'd hit with a typewriter without even markup. So you might want to hit pause and kind of look this over. This should help you. We're using TextWorks to actually produce things around here, and I highly recommend it. And I think we got like 126 lines of code altogether. This is the final document. Don't worry about it. Most of this stuff is just simple text, without even markup. So, if you're learning how to typeset, it's kind of assumed that you know how to type already. So, just typing this stuff in, just copying it, it shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, so that's that. And again, let's take a look at the document that it produced. We're not going to start here. We're going to start simple. So this is where we start. We've got on line 1, you got the document class as an article. There's several classes you can use. This is one that's commonly used. And the body of the document, it starts with begin document on line 2 and ends with end document on line 4. And the only text that's actually output is hello world. And you could see it's kind of small, but in the upper left corner you see hello world, and then at the bottom, very small, bottom center, you can see the number 1. So we're using page numbering at this point. And here we're going to put our hello world text into a section, and the star after the section indicates that we don't want numbering, so we're not going to use numbering for our sections. We're probably going to change that later. But there you can see the text is a little bit bolder, hello world. Okay, and now we're, like I say, don't worry about the amount of text. Just, if you know how to type, just type the stuff in. Most of this is not markup. It's just very simple text. But you should try to type it in exactly as you see it, because there is some markup in there. And you see on line 2, we're using no page number, or no page null. That's a package that we're including, and that's going to allow us to not have page numbering. We're going to change that again later. Okay. So now you see we've got 2 sections. We've got the hello world section, and below there you've got the LaTeX philosophy of document design, and you can see where it says tech and LaTeX within the document. It's just upper and lowercase letters. So soon we're going to be changing that to use some special logos. But before we do that, we're gonna try to up the font size. So you can see on line 1 we're changing to 12 points. So we're changing to a 12-point font, and that's really the only change we're making for this step. 25 lines of code. And you can see things are a little bit larger here. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a section, or we're going to put some spacing, after the first section, after the hello world section. You see on line 7 we're adding some spacing there, and you see on lines 9, 10, 11, and 15 we're actually we're using some markup for the tech and LaTeX logos. You can see with the backslashes we're actually changing things to use some markup. And here, you know, for that second section, you could see where the LaTeX logo is used. It's not just simple upper and lowercase letters. It's, you know, a little bit fancy. So we got that, and we're going to make a title. You see on line 9, we're using the make title command, and we're immediately following that with a page break. So we're gonna break to another page, and make title on line 9 is actually using the information from lines 3, 4, and 5. So be sure to add all those lines. And this is what it did. That's our title page. So we're putting that on a page of its own, and now we're going to you see on line 12, after section, we remove the star, and that's going to allow for numbering. So now we're going to have numbering for sections, and later we're going to have subsections, and they're going to have numbering as well. So here you can see 1, hello world. 2, the LaTeX philosophy of document design. So we're already adding numbers. Okay, and what do we got here? So we're starting to add some, you know, we already had the sections. We're starting to add some subsections and subsections. So it's not too complicated. Just start typing the stuff in as you see it, and you should be able to understand it. So just modify, you know, where you see the green arrows pointing, those are lines that you got to pay attention to as you modify the code. Okay. And so there was a lot added, but it's very simple stuff. Just use your keyboard, not too difficult. And see here, we've got 1, hello world, that's a section. Below there, 1.1, hello world, that's a subsection. 1.1.1, that's a subsection, hello world. Okay, and then we're doing the same thing for this third section, and we've got subsections and subsections. And if you're using the article class, you can't have chapters. So if you want to use chapters, you have to use a different class. You can't use the article class. And here you see on line 15, you see the quote symbols are different on the left and right side of hello world. So usually on most keyboards, it's the accent character that gives you the left quotes, and the quotes on the right are just the simple quote symbols that you're probably used to using. And you also see the env tag on line 15, and that's gonna give us a little bit of tilt on our fonts. So we use that to add emphasis. And we're also changing line 25. You see the BF tag for Donald Knuth. That's going to be bold-faced, and we're also adding emphasis to not on line 28. Okay, so you can see here on the first paragraph in the Hello World section, where it says Hello World, it's actually tilted, and you can see the difference between the left and right quote symbols. And then on the second section, you see Donald Knuth. That's actually bold. Okay, and let's see what we got next. Going to add some more page breaks, table of contents. So we're adding the table of contents. That's going to give us a nice look. And it's very simple to do. You can see all we're doing on line 12 is we're adding the table of contents tag, and that does everything for you. You don't have to worry about anything, and we're following that immediately, but by a page break. So we want that to be on its own page. So we're going to go down here, add another page break there, and you can see here we've got a separate page for our table of contents. Everything is laid out very beautiful. It's all done automatically for you. You don't have to worry about anything. Just make the simple changes you see in the code. It's all done automatically. Okay. And I think we're changing the number of page breaks. And what are we doing here? We're adding some more text. And this is about breaking a LaTeX document into parts. You know, you got the preamble and the document body. So we're doing that, and here on section 3, you could see what is section 3 now. It's breaking a LaTeX document into parts. And 3.1 is the preamble. That gives you a little information about that. 3.2 is the LaTeX document body. So you might want to hit pause and kind of look that over. Okay, and what else we got here? Big skip. Separating text into paragraphs. So we're going to discuss that. I think we're already using paragraph separation, but we haven't really talked about it yet. So what do we got here? Okay, yeah, so section 5, separating text into paragraphs. So you can see we got one paragraph under section 5, and everything's kind of jumbled together. So we're going to make some changes there, and it's as simple as adding blank lines. You know, where you add a blank line is that's how you separate the paragraphs. So you could see, you know, line 95, line 99, we're separating the paragraphs there. And let's go ahead and look at that again. Okay, now look at section 5. You can see we got separate paragraphs. So it's very simple to do. Okay, and now we're going to get to the whole dummy text thing. So oftentimes when you're designing a document, you don't want the clutter of all your content. I mean, your content is a good thing, but it get in the way of designing the document. So you can see here, you know, section 6, dummy text. Don't get lost in the weeds, okay? And I'm going to show you what we do here. On line 2, this is our dummy text. You know, it doesn't say that, it says lipsum, use package lipsum. So we're bringing in a package which gives us more abilities. You know, we can do more. So we're using the lipsum package, which is basically for dummy text. So that's line 2. Then when we go down here, and we could see on line 121, lipsum open bracket 5 close bracket. That's the 5th paragraph of lipsum. So we could see we're going to have some dummy text here we didn't have before. So you can use this to check out your design. So if you look at section or subsection 6.1, check out my random text. It's all Latin. I didn't type any of that stuff. It's all part of the lipsum package. So you can kind of test out your design that way. Okay, and now we're simply going to adjust the lipsum to see what it looks like when we add a lot of text. So you can add a whole bunch of text. We got lipsum paragraphs 1 through 36. So we're going to see what it looks like with a lot of text, a lot of dummy text. Okay, now we're at 6.1 and we're on page 6, but we can keep going. See, we just scroll through all these pages. We got all this dummy text. It enables us to check out our design, see if we've got what we want. Page 9, page 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so midway through page 14. And let's go back here and just change this to 1-2 on line 121. So we're just going to add the first and second paragraphs. Okay, so we go down here at 6.1, check out my random text, and we've only got 2 paragraphs now, so we kind of toned it down a little bit. And again, this is our final document. You might want to copy it from here to get everything right. And this is our final document. This is everything there is. Okay.